Good afternoon, magandang hapon. Welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. We are doing a well-deserved update video, a follow-up video on this house in the background that we did back in October. It's been 3 months in progress, and we are at the point right now that we can see some really neat details that we didn't share in the very first episode. So many of you found a lot of interest. We had so many views on this housing build project here. So let's go ahead and get into those updates right now before they close everything up and we can't see anymore. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. If you remember from the video that we did back in October, we were really kind of expecting this entire project to be done about this point right now. But the owners, Jacob and Milani, they decided to go ahead and do some update features inside here that we're going to see when we go on the inside of the house, which caused the process of the build to be extended just a little bit longer. But attention to detail has not been discounted on this build right here. You can see they've actually got the fence pretty much mostly done on the outside, other than the finishing that they need to do, the painting, the sanding, the undercoat and things like that for the finishing. But here's where we are on the actual structure of the house. And you can see, well, you really can't see because we're going to go inside and we're going to see what's behind all these layers of these membrane layers that are on the outside right here. But they are even up to the point where they have some the windows that are in place. You'll see they have a lot of the plumbing in place. We'll try to do a drone overview. If the drone is working today, you'll see they actually have solar in place inside here. But what you're going to see is some of the details on the inside that have to do with the things that normally you don't even think about. And it has to do with plumbing, electrical, and things like that. But let's go ahead and go inside and take a look and see what stage of this construction we are at right now. Now, if you remember the last episode, we focused in on a lot of the light gauge steel construction that we have that you can see actually at this point right here. I'm kind of glad they're at this stage so we can kind of connect our last video episode and this video episode together. So we're not going to really focus so much on the steel because we gave a lot of the details on that. What we're going to focus on this video actually has to do with what is on the outside and the inside of all of the framework, the light gauge steel framework that we have here. So throughout this entire house, they're doing something that's very common, and those of you from North America especially are going to really recognize, and this is gypsum board that they have inside here. This is what we call sheetrock inside the United States. And you don't see a lot of sheetrock construction being done because most everything in the Philippines you're going to see is mostly concrete. One of the big advantages of having gypsum board sheetrock as your main wall layer on both sides of the studs, whether it be like in the US it's normally pine lumber that they use for the wall framing construction, or as we have here, we have this light gauge steel, is accessibility. And this is really important if you want to do an add-on. If you want to do maintenance, it's so very easy to get into the walls here, which if you remember from all the videos that we've done in the past, from all the concrete construction, it really takes a major effort if you want to add anything, do a repair, because you literally got to do, it's very destructive going in and breaking the old concrete, trying to address anything like a plumbing issue or an electrical issue inside. But you can see this is run very much like the electrical wires are normally done inside the US, inside the wall. The plumbing is done the same. We're going to focus a little bit on some plumbing here in just a moment. But what I want to talk about right now is something I maybe misunderstood and misinterpreted in the last video episode. I didn't think they were going to be doing insulation in here, and I got a lot of replies and comments back on that. Why aren't they doing the insulation or anything in between the layers of the gypsum board that they have here? And they actually are. This is all insulation you'll see right here. This is mainly for soundproofing more than anything else, because this climate here, even though insulation is also a insulating factor for keeping coolness and heat inside your house. We live in a very mild climate in Lipo. In Lipo, we are like the third coolest climate inside the Philippines, and it's a very nice temperature all year round here. But here they are putting the insulation in, and it's mainly for sound deadening. So that's a correction from the last video. So we can see here we have gypsum. They'll put another layer of gypsum board right here once they complete everything on the inside, all the wiring and all the insulation. And the interior walls are a little bit different from the exterior walls. Let's talk a little bit about the exterior walls. So I've gone around the house trying to find the exterior layer that they're using for a wall sheeting, where I explained to you that here they have the gypsum board or the sheetrock here, but in places like wet rooms on the inside right here, and also the garage area that's exposed to a lot of moisture, and you really can't see, but it's also underneath this breathable membrane, which we're going to talk about back here, is this, which is cementous board that they have inside here. So remember, there is drywall gypsum board, and it is cementous board that they're using right here for, again, all the wet areas and for all the exterior walls, because this is very good for exterior, anything that has to do with moisture. You don't have to worry about it doing any type of holding mold or mildew or anything inside there because of its cementous nature, its characteristic. So let's go ahead and also talk about this thing I just said just a minute ago. This is a breathable membrane. Normally, like they do in North America, you put some type of a vapor barrier, a plastic coating on the outside of maybe the 4x8 sheets of plywood that they would normally put on all the studs up for the exterior of the house, and that's to keep moisture out and not allow any type of moisture to get in. But what can happen at sometimes is you can get some if moisture does get inside, it's very difficult for it to get out if you have an area of access. But according to the owner, Jacob and Milani, this is breathable. This is called the breathable membrane, and this breathable membrane will allow, if any moisture gets trapped inside, for it to breathe and to be able to get out and dry out. And this cover on the outside is not supposed to allow any type of moisture in. So it's a new technology that I'm not very familiar with, but we're going to be following this, and we can do some follow-up questions later on with the owner, maybe ask him about some of the characteristics by the manufacturer of this type of material. Now let's go back inside and take a look at something that really interested me, and that has to do with plumbing. Inside a lot of the houses inside the Philippines, you basically have water that goes in, and from one main distribution system to one pump, or however the water gets inside the house, it goes to all of the plumbing, your kitchen outlets, your lavatories, your kitchen sink, any type of a water requirement inside your house. And have you ever experienced where if somebody's taking a shower somewhere, or somebody turns on the water or something like that, you get low pressure in another area? So let's take a look to see how they address that inside this build. Now this room right here is going to be the place where every water everywhere throughout the house is going to meet a pump staging system inside here. And I think you're going to notice a little bit different, or a lot different, the type of piping that they're using inside here. Traditionally, the Philippines uses PPR pipe for pretty much all of their water plumbing requirements inside houses. You'll see that this doesn't look like PPR pipe because it is not PPR pipe. This is traditional to a lot of the type of water systems that we use now inside the United States and probably all over North America. And this is PEX, and specifically this is PEX A, identified by hot water and also by the blue for the cold water over here, red for the hot and blue for the cold. And you're going to see there are a lot of PEX tubing pipe that is running inside here, and the reason for that is there is going to be a manifold inside here, and what the manifolds will do, they will take one input, and the pumping system for the manifold will send it to each one of the different parts of the house inside here. And according to Jacob, this system that they're doing, we'll try to catch a glimpse later on during the construction for the type of a pumping system that they're going to use in here. It's supposed to eliminate any issues that would have to do with lack of water pressure on any part of the house. Very easy to see the routing of all the electrical inside here with the flexible conduit that they're using, which is standard what they use over here inside the Philippines. And what Jacob explained to me is they didn't spare anything that had to do with accessibility to service outlets. You'll see there are service outlets all over the place. One of the things I've seen in the past, including our house at Villa Feliz, is we underestimated the amount of service outlets that we need, but light switches and service outlets, but mainly service outlets. So pretty much everywhere inside here, they have plenty of service, no matter where you are, so that you can make a connection. Even the common areas inside the hallways, in between, each room will have at least one service outlet on each wall, if not multiple ones, like you see inside this room right here, which is the bedroom. Very high up inside, which are really not accessible to be able to open and close. They are all electronically controlled. You can see the black wires right here that go up to an actuator that's inside all the windows. Taking a quick look inside the roofing area, you can see the base level consists of 4x8 sheets of plywood, and then there will be waterproofing sheets on top of that, and then the final coat for the roofing and also for the siding is going to be an aluminum type of covering. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of that on the outside right now, because they have some of it finished. So if you're wondering how they're attaching the siding here, the aluminum siding to the main house structure, to the cementous board, it's by way of these little batten strips that they have inside here. These aluminum batten strips, non-corrosive batten strips with non-corrosive screws that they're putting inside there, so you don't have to worry about rusting or anything like that. Also, you're probably wondering, well, if they're attaching to it, won't these show screw holes inside here? And it's kind of a really neat, ingenious kind of a way, but you see, there's no screws that are showing here. And what they use is they use these clips. You see these clips right here in the background that will go and attach to here, and the next sheet of the siding will just cover over this, and you won't even see the clip area right here. So this is done throughout the attachment of the siding to the house. Now, the backyard is going to be left for the very final stage once the entire house is completed. And we're going to cover this on a separate episode because this has to do with outdoor aquascaping. There's going to be a big fish pond back here, and I'm really excited about that because if you watch my video from our koi pond build in the US, it is something that I'm really interested in, and I find koi ponds, I find any type of a fish pond, anything aquatic, is very soothing, and it's great for retirement days. And one more thing I want to touch on before I take off for today's video is they've already installed solar on this house. They have I think this is a 16 kilowatt day inverter, and I can't remember the exact number. I think there is like 28 panels on the roof, and they're also going to have some 3,000 amp hour batteries out here. You know, at Villa Feliz we have 2,000 amp hour batteries, and the 2,000 is usually, that's even twice the amount than the standard was just a few years back with the 1,000 amp hour batteries. So they're putting two at the very beginning. They're putting two 3,000 amp hour batteries, and I believe, I got to go back and take a look, but I think they're also 15 kilowatts, so they'll have 30 kilowatts of reserve storage of batteries inside here for nighttime uses and extended outages if there are any brownouts and poor weather conditions. Okay, that's about it for today. We're going to close out today's episode right here. Actually, my GoPro battery died, and I'm on my phone right now, so hopefully this will come out okay. Now, we are going to close out this episode. I thought we were only going to do 2 video episodes on here, which was the very introduction that you saw back in October, And I thought we would be done now and we'd be completing the final stages, but there's just so many attention to detail things that I want to cover with you on this build. We're going to do a couple extra ones on this one, if it's okay with the owner. And it has to do with the final portion of the build when it's done, as well as a landscape, hardscape, the aquatic, the fish pond that's inside the back, because as you know, that's kind of something that I'm really interested in, is the fish life. And it's going to be a great episode on that one right there. Well, let me go ahead and close right now, right here, and get this thing edited and out to you. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified if you ring that bell the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the very beautiful, beautiful and relaxing Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.